You dig? I'm spending this shit on my and my kids. I'm sending the bit, not the beans. Smoke pink slip, no rent. I don't want you gonna do nothing if I gotta be the one tell you to spin.
Trap genius.
Telling for nothing and I gotta.
Hey, what's up, folks, and welcome to A Man of Stature, where we kick game and learn new names. With yours truly as your host, Amos. Today we have a very, very, very special guest, co-owner of one of the hottest streetwear brands in the world. A brand that not only represents hard work, but hustle. With no further ado, Rellz of Trap Genius. So, Rellz, how you feeling, man?
I'm feeling good. Hey, how you?
Good, good. I want to say thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you for having me, my brother.
No doubt, no doubt. I want you to know why I'm interviewing you, though. I think what you're doing is extremely inspirational.
I appreciate that.
And I've watched you start your journey, and it made me step on the gas for chasing my own goals. And I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? Watching someone chase their dreams in real time lets me know that I could do it too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So I appreciate you. Thank you, man.
Always.
So let's get into it, man. So what's your ethnicity like?
I mean, I'm a little bit of everything. I'm black. My father's side is Black American from the South.
Okay.
My mother's side is Panamanian and Jamaican. So
Okay.
I got a little bit of the islands in me and all that.
What does that mean to you?
Honestly, I never really tapped in with my island side, bro. I'm more Americanized than
sure.
anything. You know what I'm saying? My grandmother, and like her sisters and all that, they more from the island and all that. But my mom's was Americanized. She was born here, so it trickled down on me as well.
I'm actually, I don't know if you know, I'm actually African.
Oh, okay.
But also, I haven't been tapped in with that cultural side as well.
Right.
I was actually kind of ashamed of being
Nah,
African.
me too. It be like that.
You know what I'm saying? Kids were fucking mean. For about 4 years of my life, I was an African booty scratcher. Real shit, my boy. Real shit.
I feel you.
So I just wanted to touch on a few things, man. So what type of kid were you growing up?
I mean, I was a kid. I was into sports. Sports is like my first love. Basketball, baseball.
You was a baseball kid?
Yeah, I was heavy on baseball. That was actually like I was better at baseball than basketball.
Word?
Yeah, like
I never knew that about you.
Yeah. I was definitely like a heavy on baseball.
What's some of the schools that you went to growing up?
Well, my elementary school, from elementary to middle school, I went to Central Park East. That was on the east side of Harlem, on 106. I did a few years of high school in there. And then I went over to Vanguard High School. That was downtown. I was probably there for like 2 years.
Yeah.
And then I finished off at Westside High School.
Why you bounced around so much?
Shit, I don't know. You know, when you young and you just, well, at Central Park East, they I'll never forget. They advised. They said, I think it's best that you take him out of this school. I told my mother that. But honestly, I was in that school for so long, since like kindergarten, because it went from elementary, middle school, high school.
Okay.
I was in there so I knew so many people. It was just time for a change.
Okay, cool.
So then I went to Vanguard. I was in Vanguard for like 2 years, till 12th grade, from 10th to 12th. 12th grade year, I just decided I ain't want to go to Vanguard no more.
No doubt.
And I just went to Westside. I finished at Westside.
That's what's up. Growing up, I went to middle school in Tribeca.
Okay.
And that gave me a different look on a different perspective on just life in general.
Of course.
Because growing up where we grow up at, you know what I'm saying, and we see what we see every day. Going to school in Tribeca is totally different. You know what I'm saying?
Different around a different group of people.
Yeah, and I actually am thankful for that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Gotta be.
In high school, where did I go to high school? I went to Chelsea High School, which was also like borderline Chinatown, Soho, Tribeca area. You know what I'm saying? And Soho, you know what I'm saying, fashion district type shit.
Of course.
That's where I developed a little bit of my style.
Got you.
A little bit of my style. Would you say in high school that was the time you started like developing your own style? Or was it earlier?
Yeah, I would say about high school. Yeah, I would say about high school, early middle schoolish, around like sixth, seventh, eighth grade.
That was the
Like
time.
six. I would say about sixth grade. Fitted caps was real big. Like
Yeah.
when I was like in sixth grade, those used to be like my first purchases I could make.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
without my mom's getting my clothes for me from a store. So it was sneakers and hats were the things like I could control that I wore. Not control, but like I could be like, yo, I want that.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? My mom's would do the clothes.
Right,
You
right,
feel me?
right.
So
That's what's up.
yeah.
I think around that time I was like in 6th or 7th grade. I started going shopping myself, picking up my own garments.
Yeah. My mom used to take me to the mall in Garden State in Jersey. And she'd take me and my friends sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And she'd be like, yo, y'all go ahead, I'll be here.
Yeah.
Y'all come back, you know what I'm saying? But that also just helped me navigate on just shopping, like, as a man, you know what I'm saying? Just being able to navigate the mall and just see shit that I like and run in the store, and, you know, stuff
What
like
was
that.
some of the things that you was picking up? Like what brands you was into during that time?
I mean, back then, see, it wasn't. It was streetwear, but the streetwear wasn't in the mall. Streetwear was on 125th.
Yeah.
That was on Broadway and 4th on the Hill. So at the mall, I mean, it was mostly sneakers at the mall for me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless it was like some Nike or Jordan apparel. You know what I mean? Or some Nautica.
Yeah. I was heavy on Nautica too.
Yeah, Nautica. Some Polo, some Tommy. Shit, even Old Navy then.
Yeah, I was heavy on the Navy.
Was, you know what I'm saying? 6th grade Old Navy was lit. Gap too. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I got my sense from there, just going to the mall with my moms. You know what I mean? My mom's got her own sense of style too. So watching her, you know what I'm saying? Get right.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. It sounds like you and your mom's is pretty close.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That's
Hell
what's
yeah.
up,
We
man.
tight. Yep.
That's
For
dope.
sure.
That's dope, man. That's dope. That's
Sure.
dope.
Shout out to Pia. Pia calling me right now.
Shouts out to Pia. Shouts out to Pia. So what was it that got you into fashion?
I mean, I always was into, like, you know, just throwing shit on, getting fresh, or just being clean.
Yeah. Did you have like any role models? Did you have anybody you looked up to?
I mean, I looked up to the hustlers outside. Like,
Okay.
they was the, I'm not gonna say the standard, but they was the dress code a little bit. You know what I mean? Especially like where we from uptown on Lenox Ave in the 40s. It's like everybody kind of, you know, try to throw it on. You know what I'm saying? I remember seeing Big L a lot.
Yeah.
Big L being fresh for no reason. Like, you know what I'm saying? There was a few guys like E Jordan from 139th. Like, I remember I seen E Jordan with the patent leather 11s on it. That shit blew my mind. Like, you know what I'm saying? Even Shamgar. I remember seeing Shamgar walking by McDonald's, and he had the Team Jordans, the black and red joints. I'm like, yo, I ain't say Sham because I ain't even know that was Sham at the time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was Sham, but I ain't. So I'm like, yo, where you get those from? He's like, I got these, like some exclusive shit. You know, some shit a Harlem nigga would say. Like, you know what I'm saying? But just seeing dudes like that just in the neighborhood on the regular, even Mace, bumping into Mace.
Yeah.
Like, outside of seeing Mace in Bad Boy videos with the shiny suits, Mace was getting fly, you know what I'm saying? So just seeing that's the inspiration. Just being clean, just seeing dudes that's homie clean.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Would you say you got some of your style from those individuals?
Probably, yeah. It's your community. I feel you get your style from your community.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, being in the community and seeing it, absolutely.
I think that's dope, man. I think that's dope. Who did I look up to? Who did I think was fresh? I would say like my cousins. Growing up, my cousins. There was this kid named Wayne too in Brooklyn. This kid was he was pretty fresh too. He lived in my grandmother's building.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty fresh. I didn't start getting into clothes though until like 6th, 7th grade. I was heavy on Nautica, Polo. That was my shit. But I did the like a lot of button ups. Mostly because it was on sale at Macy's.
Right,
you know
right. For sure.
Mostly because it was on sale at Macy's.
Ain't nothing wrong with bargain shopping.
You know what I mean? So can I ask you a question?
Of course.
How did you start Trap Genius? What was it? What was it that made you stop doing whatever it was that you used to do, and you just decided to give your whole focus to creating a brand?
One, I wanted to challenge myself on something.
Yeah.
And I also I was at a point where I had to do something different in life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what it was going to be, but I just knew I had to do something different. And I just took a chance. It was more of, all right, I like, the brand started off of hats.
Yes, I do remember that.
So I started with hats because I didn't want to do clothes, honestly. That wasn't like ever the plan or the goal. That was never, when I was putting my plan together, it was never to do clothes. It was just to do hats. I love hats. I've been always wore a hat. Like I said, I've been wearing fitted since I was like 5th, 6th grade. So I always loved hats. I just wanted to create a hat line. And not for everybody, but more for me. You know what I'm saying? It was just shit I like. You know what I'm saying? And then it just turned into something, to a whole brand.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A whole clothing line. But the clothing line was not. That was not the goal.
That was not the goal at first?
Nah.
I remember your first release with the hats. You was calling them crowns.
Yeah, they was crowns. Yeah, absolutely.
And I loved your attention to detail. You made every purchase feel like an experience. Not only did it come with a hat, you know what I'm saying, it came inside the box.
Yep.
You had your stickers, you know what I'm saying, and you feel me? Not too many people do that.
Nah, nobody was doing the hats in the box then.
So what
now
made
everybody
you,
got them.
What made you do that?
Just something different. I needed the presentation to be different. I wanted to give some people something to talk about. Right. So I could have just sold people a hat.
Absolutely, out the trunk with it.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And that could have been it. But I think the presentation made the anticipation for the hat even better, right? So, like you said, the attention to details. That's who I am. I try to focus on details more than anything, right? Details and quality. So the main thing I wanted to do was make sure the quality of the hat met my standard of quality, and when it did, just make sure the presentation meets the standard of the product, right? The quality of the product, right? So that was just one of my things. Is like, the quality gonna be right, the presentation gonna be right. You can't have the quality and not the presentation, and you can't have the presentation and not the quality.
No, you're absolutely right.
So I just wanted to make sure I gave that a first impression.
Yeah. And I think you delivered, man.
Thank you.
I definitely think you delivered. I don't think no one at that time was doing what you was doing.
Not too much. No.
And I think also the extra element that I appreciated was you was willing to meet people wherever. You know what I'm saying?
Didn't matter.
Brooklyn, Queens, Manhattan, the Bronx, Staten Island.
Trap.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. You feel me?
Yeah, for sure. That's the hustle, though. That's what I come from. So, when you younger and you trying to figure it out, you do things. As coming from a family of hustlers, my moms, my father, my uncle, my cousins.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that in you to do anything. You gotta have a little bit of hustle in you to do anything.
Yeah.
Don't matter, sports, whatever. You gotta have it. Don't nobody want a lazy player.
Right. You're absolutely right.
You know what I'm saying? So, you coming from being outside and having to deal with a customer on a different level.
Yeah.
You enjoy the face-to-face interaction.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's no other game where you face-to-face interact with somebody and you what's the word I'm looking for? It's no other game where you face-to-face with a customer and you complete a transaction and you feel good, right?
Yeah.
So customer service is like everything to me. You feel me?
Hospitality.
Right. So going to meet people,
Mm-hmm.
that's what I like to do.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Let's toast to that, man. Let's toast to the hustle. Can we toast to the hustle?
Absolutely. Let's
toast
do
to
it.
the hustle, man.
Let's do it.
I appreciate that. I remember when I first purchased, I've actually bought a few things from you. The first thing I bought, though, was the hat.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know what I'm saying, you made me feel special, pause. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was able to, like, meet the designer. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've never met, you know what I mean, any brand owners that, you know what I'm saying, that I've worn. You feel me?
Right.
And not only, excuse me, that's for the hustlers.
Mm-hmm.
And not only did you make me feel appreciated, you know what I'm saying, I didn't feel like a sale.
Right.
You know? So I want to say thank you for that as well.
Yes, sir.
You know
Thank
what I mean?
you, brother.
No doubt.
Sure. And I try not to treat any potential sale just with the attitude or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? Like people DM me now.
Yeah.
I give them my number right away. Yo, call me.
Yeah.
Just so they could feel like you could reach me anytime. You know what I'm saying? And when they pull up, I let them know. Yo, you got my number? Hit me anytime. Anything you need, anything. If you got a question about anything, just hit me. I believe customer service is so important. You know what I'm saying? That'll keep your customer buying with you.
Mm-hmm.
And they appreciate it.
I definitely did. Me being a customer, not just being your friend, but me being a customer, I definitely appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I never felt, you know what I'm saying, like I couldn't reach out to you for anything. You know what I'm saying? Any releases, you know what I mean, that I wasn't able to obtain, you feel me? I never felt asked out.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And I appreciate that. Not too many people do that. Not too many people care. Not too many people even interact with their customers.
Toast,
you know what I'm saying?
Boy.
Toast.
Yes, sir.
Not too many people interact with their customers. Everything is either drop shipping or, you know what I'm saying, shit like that. Like, and I appreciate that element that you bring. I know the brand is gonna get big, and soon that element is probably not gonna be available.
Nah, we're gonna try to keep it available as much as possible. You feel me?
Absolutely.
Shit, if I ain't gonna do it, baby girl gonna have to get out here.
Absolutely.
And start meeting the people.
That's what's up, man. I appreciate that. So when I hear Trap Genius, right? I hear like the hustler's hustler, like the boss's boss. Something or someone who's able to take a hit and recover. So I was gonna ask you, was there any adversities that you've ever faced while you were on your journey?
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. Let's get into some of that stuff.
We it's a few. It's an adversity every 3 months in this game. In any entrepreneurship, you're going to face adversity more than once, more than twice. It comes with it. That's what it comes with having your own business, right?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, we've taken a manufacturer hit. We've taken event losses. We've been through a little bit of it all.
What was that? What was that manufacturer hit?
Um, well, we had a manufacturer that we were dealing with.
Yeah.
That we had built a relationship with.
Uh-huh.
And some things were promised and said, but not written out in contract.
Mm-hmm.
And things happened, and money got tied up, and money got lost.
Was it a substantial amount?
Absolutely. Any amount is substantial in your business.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
care if it's $500, if it's $200. Every loss matters. It's just like we'll get into it, but we'll get back. Just remind me, we'll get back to it. I'll tell you what it's like. But yeah, it was a 20K plus loss. So
Damn.
you know what I mean. So that happens, and you live and you learn. Did it affect us? It did. It affected me. That also trickled down to everybody else who works at the company. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm not going, ain't nobody else gonna go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
sure.
saying? So it was a little setback. It had us setback for a little minute, but you got to come back from it. Everything ain't gonna be easy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
So like, was it, not getting too crazy into it, but like, was it like you guys dealt with these people for like, I don't know, say for a year or so, right?
Mm-hmm.
And everything's been okay. And when you decided to make a bigger purchase, they just like took your money and ran?
Nah, he ain't take my money and run. He essentially did, but he basically my manufacturer, it was a family business. It was him and his dad.
Yeah.
But he was basically making deals without speaking to his dad first.
Okay.
So he okayed the son okayed a certain amount of production.
Yeah.
Without getting an okay from dad.
Yeah.
So when the stuff went into production, dad is like, where's all the money for this production? Right? Or at least half. You know what I'm saying? So we were sending increments of money. And the plan was to get some of the stuff.
Yeah.
Get majority of the stuff. Make some bread and
send it back in later.
Yes, you know what I mean? He didn't communicate this with his dad.
Right.
Turned into the dad saying,
no
on everything. You're not getting this until this. And
damn, that's what wound up essentially happening.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that happened to you.
Nah, it's all good. It was a good lesson.
What was the lesson that you actually learned from it, though?
Man.
Did everything written?
Don't fuck with Pakistan. Don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yeah.
Right? Shit, what else? It was a few lessons, man. Just be on point. Like, just be on point of what you're doing, and communication. Make sure everybody involved is on point with what's going on.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because that could have been avoided, but it's all good. It happened. We here. It ain't stop us.
I see it didn't stop you guys. What are some other things that you guys faced?
Damn, what else? I mean, when you try to do business with friends, stuff like that. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't.
Why is that though? Because we hear that all the time. Like never do like big business with family. You know what I'm saying? Family and friends.
I mean, everybody got their own experience. I try to keep the business with the family because that family's important to me.
Absolutely.
So, and I think family business is important, right? I just try to. What's the question again? My fault, bro.
I was asking you because you hear like a lot. people say don't do business with family and friends.
Right.
You know, is it like a sense of entitlement that some people feel as though they have?
Some people do. Some people do. Not all.
Yeah.
You also have your family members who played a part and who really, you know, they really down for you and they don't feel entitled. They don't, you know what I'm saying? But some of it is, some people do feel entitled. It's all about just choosing the right family and friends.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Choosing the right family and friends to have around or a part of the business, right? So you shouldn't have a lazy friend a part of the business just because that's your friend.
Right.
If you know that friend is lazy and doesn't have a work ethic that you might have or somewhat that you might have, you shouldn't bring them on the business because then that's not going to work. You gotta know your people that you're bringing on, right?
Yeah.
So that's one. But it just depends. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It just depends. It's picking the right people to help run your business. That's what essentially what it comes down to.
Have you experienced something like this, like in your past before, when doing business with like family or friend? You know what I'm saying? Like you took a major loss.
Let me see.
And I'm only asking because it's like, all right, so it happened to me before, and I'm doing something different now, but I still.
I mean, in any game, any hustle, you're gonna take some losses, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I've I did.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
It's a little too personal.
Okay, no problem.
But I have with a family member, taking a loss. I don't want to talk about that.
No problem. We don't gotta. So I see. You're big on family, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so am I. So I see that as lineage and legacy, right? And I see Trap Genius as an extension of who you are. So where do you want to see your brand 10 years, 15 years from now? Is it something that you would like to stay here forever? Is it something that you could say like, yo, I'm going to build the brand up to X, Y, and Z and then I'm going to sell it? Or is it something you feel like you could pass down to Azzy or, you know what I'm saying, the future kids in the future? Like, what's your views on that?
My views on Trap G. Well, Trap G my baby, so but I know this is business, right?
Right.
And the goal with business is to eventually sell off your company.
Yeah.
You know? So would I be looking to sell Trap Genius? Yeah, if the price is right. You feel me? 10, 15 years from now.
Yeah.
I've been doing this now for almost 9 years.
Yeah.
So another 10 to 15 years, I probably would be ready to sell it off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But also it's as far as keeping the family business going, I think it's other things we can do in the fashion world that'll help us keep the family business going. So say if we, like, our goal is to open up a manufacturing company, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be something I could pass down to Azzy, where it's like a manufacturing company. She could keep that.
Yeah.
And that could keep going for years. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the plan is to sell. I'm not even gonna hold you. That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate goal.
That's what's up. When you say manufacturer, and I see you pay attention to detail, and quality. Is that something you want to be a part of? Like, do you want to be a part of the process to creating a brand? Like, where the cotton is coming from. Like, I want some of that. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
The manufacturing, I want some of that.
Absolutely.
Down to creating logos, I want some of that. Is that the goal?
Well, creating logos, not so much.
Yeah.
But as far as um, picking fabrics and stuff like that. Yeah, I love that.
You
I
like
love
good
that
garments?
part. Yeah, of course,
That's what's up.
absolutely. You have
That's
to.
what's up. That's what's up.
You
I
know what
don't
I'm
think too
saying?
many people pay attention to how the fabric, you know what I'm saying, feels against your skin. That's what makes me
Absolutely.
buy clothes. You know what I'm saying? If I'm comfortable in it. You feel me?
Absolutely, that's
You know what I
important.
mean? I like
Very
that. I like
important.
that. Would you say you were afraid to start the brand? And what were you, if you was, what were you afraid of?
No, I don't think I was ever afraid. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. I don't think I ever sat there and said, "Yo, I'm scared to do this." Now, um, what I would say, I was nervous on how uh the hats would be reciprocated or how people would like the hats. You know, just general nervousness of premiering a product, right?
Yeah.
But as far as like thinking I couldn't do it, nah, I think I could do anything I want to do.
That's what's
Honestly, I think I've been like that since a kid. Like I feel like anything I put my mind to and want to do, I feel like I could do it. It's just me doing it. You know what I'm saying? Um, especially if I'm interested in it, right? So if I'm interested in something, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
feel
for
me?
sure.
I'm gonna try. I don't get scared to like fail at some shit, bro.
Right, right.
You feel me? Like, all right, I tried it though.
Yeah, yeah. I
You
ain't
know
gonna
what I'm
lie.
saying?
I think I would have been shook. I definitely would have been shook uh, taking that major loss. I don't
Yeah, I
know
mean,
how I would have recovered.
listen,
You
my
know,
boy, that shit had y'all never had business depression before, bro. That shit gave me business depression.
depression.
Bro.
That's a real
Yeah,
thing.
that's a real thing, bro. Absolutely.
What
I
was
never
it?
felt it until then. You feel me?
What was it that kept you going though?
Um,
What was it that you know what I'm saying? What was it that made you like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can't
I ain't
quit.
gonna hold you, Pia. Pia kept me going.
Shouts out to Pia, man. Shouts out to
The
Pia.
positivity. And then when you got kids or a kid, you can't show them quit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So my daughter kept me going. I ain't gonna lie, my mom's too. My mom was like, "Yo, you're gonna be all right. Don't worry about it. You're gonna be all right." You feel me? So it's just having positive people in your corner to keep you going. That's all it's really about. Um, it's easy that where we come from to have negativity brought down on you,
Yeah, for
right?
sure.
From people who ain't never did nothing, right? It's easy for those type of people to be like to just spill. It might not be hate, but just shit to throw you off your game, right?
I call them dream killers, man.
Super dream killers, you know what I'm saying? But dream killers is people who ain't never have a dream. You know what I'm saying? So those type, yeah, you can't be around those types because those they dream killers. They'll hate on every little thing, and you might not peep it at first. You're like, yo, every time I say something, he kinda, you know what I'm saying? No positivity. You know what I'm
I've
saying?
definitely noticed that, and I have
I'm
been
pretty
a
sure.
victim of, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah, I'm
dream
pretty
killers.
sure. Not pretty sure, but hopefully not. But I'm pretty sure you probably told somebody what you about to pursue. Might have been a dream killer in the batch.
Nah, for sure, no question.
You know what I'm saying?
I've
But
told.
I'll guarantee you that same person
Yeah.
has not tried anything.
That's very true. Now that I sit down and think about it, like I would tell somebody what I plan on doing before I even attempt to doing it. Maybe that's my fault too. And they tell me why it won't work, as opposed to
saying why it can work.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, you should add this. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like being an addition to whatever it is that I say I wanted to do, and you know what I'm saying? With them saying X, Y, and Z, it made me also believe like, well, maybe it won't work. You know what I'm saying? And then I don't start whatever it is I plan to start. You know what I mean? Like, so
fuck with your mental.
it does. It does fuck with your mental. So, you know what I'm saying? To the audience out there, man, fuck the dream killers, man.
Yeah.
Forget
No
the
dream
dream killers. Whatever it is that you guys want to do, man, just do it. You know?
do it.
And if you do fail, that don't mean stop. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I want the audience to know too. Like, it's okay to fail. It's okay not to get it right. You feel me? And in failing, you learn lessons. you know. And I don't think a lot of people understand that. I think a lot of people get hit with failure and see themselves as a failure. You're not a failure, bro. You're not a failure. You're just learning. You know what I'm saying? And if you knew everything, you wouldn't be where you at. You know what I'm saying? So just take the time to go to the drawing board, you feel me? And just reconstruct your plan. Reconstruct the plan, bro. That is fine. It's okay to reconstruct the plan. There's so many times, you know what I'm saying, where I was doing something and I fucked up a lot. You know what I'm saying? But I've learned so much, you feel me? And I think that's the best part, figuring it out. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Because you get hit with adversity. You feel me? You get hit with adversity, and it's like, I bet. It's like a fight, right? Everybody want to do shit. Everybody want to fight until you get punched. You know what I'm saying? That punch is like taking a loss, right?
Absolutely.
Niggas get hit and be like, I don't want to fight no more.
Yep. That's a fact. That is a fact.
I'm dead serious, bro.
Got to keep going.
Yeah.
Fighting.
Niggas get hit and be like, nah,
Yeah,
I don't want to do this, my nigga.
You seen Drake?
Matter of fact, let's talk about that. What's your take on that?
Man, I'm Team Kendrick, man.
Team Kendrick?
Yeah. I'm a fan of the culture, man.
A lot of people say Drake is going to have a funeral at the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what that means, but this is what I'm hearing.
I mean, you can't ask for a fight and then try to back out. You know what I'm saying? When shit start getting ugly, but I just feel like Kendrick just he strategized and he was ready. He was prepared.
He was prepared.
You feel me? Drake thought it was gonna be sweet. He was prepared. I ain't gonna hold you. I think that was needed though.
My girl always says, proper preparation prevents poor performance.
Absolutely.
5 Ps. So you're saying Kendrick was prepared. So he was the better man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not over though. You feel me? Don't get it twisted.
Nah,
you know
it's
what I'm saying?
over.
It's over?
Yeah, it's over.
It's over.
It's over.
Yeah, homie.
It's over. After your man sued and all that, it's over.
Oh, he sued.
Yeah, Drake. Yeah.
But they were saying he pumped the numbers out. They said Kendrick, you know what I'm saying, paid someone for X, Y, and Z.
I mean, but that's the music game. They pump everything up. So he ain't the first person to get pumped up. Pause.
Nah, you right.
You know what I'm saying? Drake done caught the benefits of having his music pumped up.
Yeah, absolutely right.
So you can't don't hate the player, hate the game. You feel me?
Hate the game.
So you can't be mad now that a record got pumped.
I feel
it's
like
dissing you and you tight. It's like, come on, bro.
that was an ill battle though. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, that was fire. That was the best music we probably had in 10 years.
Probably longer than that, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Everybody was engaged. Everybody was talking about it. It was great. It was great for hip hop. You feel me? It was great for hip hop. Even like hip hop is trash, but that was great for it.
You said hip hop is trash?
Yeah.
So what do you listen to? Do you listen to hip hop?
I listen to hip hop, but I listen to old school hip hop. I don't listen to like current shit.
What's some of the artists you went to?
I mean,
Nip. Heavy on Nip.
Yeah, heavy on Nip. I could listen to Nip every day. It don't even, you know what I'm saying? Jay. Who else? I mean, I listen to a little bit of everything. Don't get it twisted. I listen to a little bit of everything, but the music that's coming out now is just don't hit.
No, you're absolutely right. I heard you say you listen to Nip and you listen to Hov, right? To me, those are hustling ass niggas. Is it the motivation that they speak about? Is it some of the losses that they talk about? Is it like, what is it about?
It's the motivation. It's the business mind.
Yeah.
It's the mature mind. It's also the it's a little bit of everything. Their aura, the knowledge.
Did you ever meet Nip or Hov before?
I never met Hov. I seen Hov a few times in like different joints, but I never met Hov. I met Nip.
What was that experience like?
That was dope. That was out in we was out in Phoenix. We had did a little vendor show out there.
Okay.
The culture show. This was probably like, damn, when was this? 2018?
Yeah.
2017, I think, something like that. Yeah, like 2017. Yeah, Nip was actually a performer at the vendor show that we was at. So while we was setting up, he was rehearsing and all that. Mm-hmm. So we was able to meet him.
You had a brief conversation with him?
Something like, but it was more to the gist of Trap Genius NYC, straight from Harlem. We gave him a little pack. We had some hoodies and shit. So the hoodies we did, we did them in blue.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For him or whatever. He's like, nah, this is hard. Da 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 da. Quick, we took a picture and then that was it. You know what I'm saying?
What did that do for you, right? And I'm only saying that because, rest in peace, he's no longer here. Mm-hmm. And I got onto Nip whenever he came out with the album that cost $100.
Crenshaw.
Right. I wasn't listening to his music, but I'm like, yo,
heard about it.
This guy's bugging out. You know what I'm saying? Selling for $100. But I respected it though. I respected it. But having that experience with him and seeing the hustle mentality that he's had, and him no longer being here, did that affect you in any way?
I mean, yeah, his death affected me. I ain't gonna hold you. I probably never shedded a tear for a rapper passing away. Maybe Biggie, but I was young. So, but Biggie, even with Biggie, I was in tune with Biggie. Like my mom, she always brought me music when I was younger. I was really, bro, I was listening. I shouldn't have been listening to Doggy Style if you're thinking about it, but I was listening to Doggy Style in 93, 94, and I shouldn't have been, you heard? Yeah. But that's how in tune with music I was. So, with Big shit, I probably ain't cried with Big, but I felt it, you feel me? Because Big was big, he was popping, but I was still a little young. I wasn't like a teenager or an adult. So, right. With Nip, I was more in my adult years, and it felt like damn, this is my man who passed. You know what I'm saying? Just I fucked with him. I fucked with Nip since his marathon tape, where dudes in New York wasn't even listening to Nip yet.
Right.
So I always just jacked his aura. But meeting him and then that shit happening, that shit felt like, damn, that it was whack. You know what I'm saying? That it had a little effect on me. Cause I fuck with Nip.
Where were you at when you found out he passed?
I was in the crib.
You was in the crib?
Yeah, I was in the crib. Hell yeah. And then seeing that video on my timeline, I was like, damn, that shit was sad.
I was in the house as well. I remember when it happened. If I'm not mistaken, it was March 31st. Yeah. I remember that day like it was yesterday. R.I.P. Nip, man.
Yes,
R.I.P. Nip. I see you're big on representing Harlem, right? You're quick to tell a motherfucker you from Harlem, right? What does Harlem mean to you, and what has Harlem done for you?
I mean, Harlem is the Mecca, man. Harlem is Harlem. You gotta be from there to get it, right?
Yeah. People from Manhattan, people from Harlem will say that they're from Harlem.
Yeah, we're not gonna say we from.
Yeah,
Manhattan.
we're not saying we from Manhattan, right?
Harlem is in Manhattan.
That's a fact.
It's the upper part of Manhattan, but don't nobody from Harlem say you from Manhattan. It's like the code. You cannot say you from Manhattan.
That's very true.
Manhattan is 34th Street. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, Harlem is everything, bro. Harlem is culture. Harlem is swag. Harlem in the summer is different.
Yeah.
It's just fire. It's hard to explain, but it's just different. Now, Harlem times right now might not be how it was when we were growing up when I was younger.
Yeah.
But it's still stuff to do. it's still you still gonna find your culture. Still gonna find some of the freshest people in the city, uptown in Harlem.
Who were some of the people? Who were some of the freshest people?
In Harlem.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a few. Everybody do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do their thing.
Like now though.
Right now, currently.
Yeah. Do you see like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you know what I mean? I appreciate the way such and such put it together. Pause.
Right now, currently. It depends though. What fly we talking? Streetwear fly? We talking like business casual? What type of fly we talking?
We talking right now. We talking. Let's say streetwear.
Streetwear. Streetwear. Who fly streetwear wise? Me, nigga. What you talking about?
Yeah, nigga. I like that. I like that.
But,
you heard it.
Nah, it's a few people. I can't think of the names off top right now, but everybody doing their thing right now though. Everybody looking clean. Everybody in Harlem putting it down right now.
That's love. I like that.
Yeah, everybody doing their thing. I can't think of names off the top. Bear with me, y'all. But everybody doing right.
That's love. Would you? Do you know anybody that's into like heavy designer brands that put it together?
Do I know? Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of people that's into like designer. I'm not into designer brands, honestly. Yeah. Would I wear it? Yeah, but I'm not. I'm more of.
Have you ever been?
What, into designer?
Yeah, I think I caught you with a pair of P's before, man.
What type of P's?
Prada's?
Yeah. I mean, on the shoe wise, yeah. But like honestly, designer not really my thing. I could go ain't nothing in my closet really designer right now. I can keep that above as far as garments.
Right,
you know what I'm saying? I'm not a big fan on designer labels, bro.
Is there a reason?
I just feel like I don't. Some people need designer to feel fly.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like I could throw on anything and feel fly.
Not a lot of people could do that.
No.
That's a talent in itself, but I think that's like one's swag. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's a fact. I could be in a $200 outfit. I could make it look better than your $1,000 outfit.
I am.
You know what I'm saying? It's just about what you into. You know what I'm saying? I feel like if you know how to dress, you can make anything look good.
I got a couple of friends that definitely done that before. Growing up, you feel me? They put it together. You know what I'm saying? They definitely put it together, my nigga. And I'm talking about like $70, $80 fit, but you wouldn't even know it.
Yeah,
you wouldn't even know it. You feel me?
And then it's so easy nowadays because you got like Fashion Nova and all these Sheen men where they making shit look like some real designer shit, but should be effective pricing.
Speaking of pricing, right? I appreciate, you know what I'm saying, the fact that you deliver good quality and the price, you know what I'm saying, is reasonable.
Yeah, nothing over $200.
I appreciate that, man. Shouts out to you, man.
Thank you, man. Word. I call it community pricing.
Community pricing. Not too many people care about that. You know
nah. People care about making their money, bro. But with me, I just understand the climate we in financially, like the financial troubles that we all going through, right? It's America, right? We live in America, so
sure.
Shit is high. People got families, so I try to be reasonable, while at the same time keeping our business sustainable.
Yeah.
So that's why it's like we don't do any items over $200. And if we honestly speaking, I feel like streetwear with some of these brands, small and big, they give you bullshit quality, but want to charge you high.
Yes, I agree with that 110%.
And they feel like because it's streetwear, and our people are mostly buying it, they can do that. Yeah. Right.
That's what I was saying earlier. Not to cut you off, I apologize.
Now you go.
People, like, you never made me feel like a sell. You never made me feel like a fiend. You know what I'm saying? I felt like a valued customer. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, and and doing so made me want to purchase again. You know what I'm saying? With these up and coming brands, not saying that they're whack or anything, they just make me feel like a sale. They don't care about the customer. You know what I'm saying? You don't care about my feedback. You don't care about the material. You feel me? You just trying to make your money. And I'm not knocking niggas. You know what I'm saying? Make your bread all day, every day. But I don't think you would last if you don't think about the customer, because we're the one that's putting the money in your pockets.
Absolutely.
You feel me? So you gotta give a fuck about the quality. You know, you got to give a fuck about, you know what I'm saying, the experience that the customer has, you know. I think if people did that, they would, you know what I'm saying, be here for the long haul, you know. They'll be here longer than a season, you know what I mean? Word. Sure. So I appreciate that, man. I want to say thank you, Rellz. I do appreciate you, you know, coming here, spending your time and giving your views on
having me, my brother.
Yeah, man. Giving your views on things, man. You definitely opened up my mind to a few things, man. You wanna let them know where they could, you know, purchase items and
you could
contact with you.
You could download our mobile app, Trap Genius NYC.
That is very true. I got the app on my phone.
You could purchase through our app and our website, trapgenius.nyc on the website. The Instagram is trapgeniusnyc. And just stay tuned. We got Genius League Studios coming out. That's it's like the graduation of Trap Genius. Yeah, check us out.
Oh, brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Man.
You know that.
All right, guys. It's been real. Until next time. Peace.
I used to tell Poppy to cook it fresh to order. Said it's nothing, fam. Shortly figured out you ate it wet. Should be adding grams. Charged it to the game. I pay my taxes. Shit like Uncle Sam.